And I'll tell you right now, harder balancing don't have to be that hard. I'm going to show you two tricks, just like I showed you volleyballing. I'm going to show you boxing and flagging. We'll do aluminum hydroxide plus, leave arrows here, zinc. We'll do phosphate. Becomes aluminum phosphate and zinc hydroxide. That 2 is hard to see, so I'll put a little 2 there like that. Okay, so if this is my sample problem that I have here, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to notice that I have got hydroxides before and after, and there has to be on both sides if I'm going to box. So I think I skipped that. So I'm going to put a box around this hydroxide, and notice that it has 3. I'm going to put a box around this hydroxide, and it has 2. Alright, so 2 and 3, I can fix that by putting a 2 here to make it a 6, and a 3 here to make it a 6. And I've got my phosphates. Notice there's a phosphate here. There's nothing here, which means this is a 1. And over here, I box the P, the O, and the 4. When I do it by hand, I like to draw a slash through it so that I'm not worried about the things inside, but you still need to know what it is. And that means there's 2. So here I've got 2, here I've got 1, so I'm going to put a 2 here. If I check, I've got 2 aluminums, 6 hydroxides, 6 hydroxides, 3 zincs, 3 zincs, 2 phosphates, 2 phosphates. Everything here is good. The answer being 2, 1, 2, 3. So by boxing, we make our lives significantly easier. Significantly. It is much easier to do once they're boxed than anything else. You are supposed to have a line sheet of paper by your side. So we're going to do just a couple quick balancing problems while I am here. So that way you can ask me questions. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to do calcium oxide plus, we're going to add this to iron, yields calcium and iron, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, balance that. Okay, does anyone want to walk me through how to do the blue one? The blue one. Notice I have made two other questions appear on the screen. If you've done the blue one, you can try one of these other ones. I wonder if they got the whiteboard feature working. I'll have to play with that for another class. Does anyone want to walk me through the blue one? You can also unmute and say, Mr. D, we could use like another minute on the blue one, but I didn't think the blue one was going to take that long. But this is your first time, so.
I'll try.
Sure, Ellen.
So, like, you want me to walk you through my process?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
can you see my
noticed,
pointer?
yeah,
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead. Walk me through.
so I noticed that the oxygen at the end had a 3.
Uh-huh.
So in the beginning I put 3 in front of the calcium for, and then I also then added it to the other calcium for to make them equal. And then,
Are you saying this is calcium 4?
or what is it?
It's just calcium. I just
Calcium,
draw my
sorry.
A's like that. So this is Ca. Yeah, it would be carbon 4 in that case. So that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that was. So you were doing it correct, though. You're right. 3 and 3. Keep going.
Okay. And then I added, to make the irons equal, I added 2 in the first half in front of the
Okay.
iron.
We call that the reactance side, which is what's before the arrow, and you're right. First half also works. Okay, good.
And then it would just be a 1 in front of the other iron, right?
Yep. And that one is optional. In fact, chemists don't like writing that one, but I'm okay with it since you guys are all learning. So again, the answer is 3, 2, 3, 1. Perfect. Well done, Alan. Enjoy the extra credit point. It should show up at the end of the week. How about the red one? Harder than the blue one, but still doable. And by the way, I expect you all to be doing like dozens of these today. Because there is, I think, like 2 dozen problems on each of the worksheets today, and I expect you to do every single one of them. And then ask questions. I will be available at 4 p.m. today for my office hours to assist. But right now, I would love somebody to walk me through red. I'll give you a 5 count. After that, I'll just do it myself. But remember, this is your chance. You can mess up. It doesn't matter. You still get points for participating. Okay, the red one's a little trickier because you've got oxygen all over the place. So we're going to flag that. The oxygens are going to be done last. We then do C3, C1, fix, H8, H2, fix, then I count. This I've been treating like a 1, so I'll just leave that there. This I don't know, so I leave it blank. Here I've got 6 oxygens, and here I've got 4 oxygens. Add these together, I have 10 oxygens, which means what number has to go here? Anyone know?
Yes.
10.
5. 5.
5 goes here. And who was that who said it?
Michael.
Mike and Johnson? All right. Mike and Johnson. All right. And as you see, even this advanced isn't that hard once you break it down. Speaking of breaking it down, the green one is a little harder than the blue, but I actually think it's easier than the red, but that's just me. Again, a trick makes that much easier. Does anyone want to tell me what trick I would have to use for the green?
Boxing.
Who is that?
Ethan.
All right. Yes, we will have to box. Ethan, can you please explain boxing to the class?
You put like a square around the NHs so that you can do them separately.
Do I need the 4 in that square?
Yes.
Correct. So I am going to put a box around my NH4. I like, again, putting a slash through it when I'm drawing it out. And this means I've got 3 boxes that I'm counting here. And over here, I'm going to put the NH4 in a box. And I've got 2 of those boxes. So this way I've got 3 on one side, 2 on the other, and I just make them both into 6, and life is good. This, by the way, also solved my phosphorus, 2 and 2. Now for my calciums, I've got 1 calcium here and 3 there. I fix that by putting a 3 here. And as I will see, I've got 3 sulfates. I can put this in a different color box, which I'm going to do as an X as opposed to a slash. And over here, I also have sulfates. I have 3 of those, 3 of those, which means this is now balanced. I can put a 1 here if I want. 2, 3, 1, 3, like so. Those are actually pretty good practice problems that I just pulled out of my butt. So, your job today, balancing. Lots and lots of it.